Welcome back to Soda City Live. Art can be therapeutic in more ways than one, from the way an artist puts feelings into their work to the audience resonating with that piece, and it defines exactly how they may be feeling in that moment without words. Today we're talking about how art therapy can help you to deal with how you feel. Joining us today is a local artist, Duvall. He has a few pieces that have been on display in exhibitions across the state, and if you're headed to the Greenville area anytime soon, you can stop by and check them out in person. Duvall, so glad to have you joining us today in our studio.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for letting me come on. I'm happy to be here.
It is so great to have you. Now, Duvall is a former co-worker of mine here at WIS. He used to work in our sales, and his story is so inspiring because he is now following his art. I say his heart, but he is also following his art. And this is just one of the many pieces that you have curated over a period of time. And now you're wanting to pursue art full time. So tell us a little more about your story.
Yes, absolutely. So the way to break it down in the shortest way, art has always been a passion for me. I've been doing it since maybe I can remember. I remember falling in love with comics and being able to show expression and emotion that way. If most people know me, they know that I'm not a talker, but the best way I can express that is through visual arts. And one thing that I learned through my passion is that I can impact people by talking about emotions and how people feel. And so over time, I've curated art, like you said, through this series that I call Yellow Man, which came about in a weird way through a dream. I used to have night terrors.
Wow.
And I really learned that it was actually me expressing myself, expressing my emotions. And when I was able to personify him, he came out into this fun character.
Wow.
And so currently, like you said, working at WIS has been so great for me, but I've seen so much awesome opportunity with Yellow Man.
I love this, and I want to talk more about Yellow Man. What emotion would you call this? I see so many. I see rage, but I also see anger. I see that just that concentration in his eyes. But when you were drawing Yellow Man, what feelings were you feeling, or how did you want his feelings to come off?
Absolutely. So this one is actually based on the feeling of wrath. And this is definitely a good piece, especially thinking about the world right now and everything that we're going through. So in this series, I really wanted to show what that feeling looks like for someone to deal with wrath directly. We know we're in a current time of a lot of political heat and this side or that side, but really, as humans, we all go through the same emotions. Pain is pain, happiness is happiness, joy is joy, and I think thinking about wrath is the emotion of how does that anger translate and impact our feelings.
Absolutely. And how long does a piece of this size take you to curate?
Absolutely. So this is a 4x4. This one took me 2 months exactly.
Wow.
To complete this piece. A lot of it's based off of diving into the emotion. I always try to put myself in the shoes of whatever the feeling that Yellow Man is going through. So as you can tell, heavy emotions cause for a lot of time to deal with that and sit with that.
And you know, it's easy because you're sticking with the yellows. You're not really having to go too much into the cool colors, because I know how expensive art equipment can be. But this art piece, along with some other pieces, can be found in Greenville. We mentioned that earlier. We're going to pull the details up on the screen because you actually currently have some pieces already there. They're just waiting on you to get there.
Yes,
tell us about the art exhibit.
Yeah, so the exhibit that we have coming up is at the Grand Bohemian. Absolutely beautiful lodge, but they have a really great gallery hall that's toured by thousands of people all over the world that come through. So it's been a great honor to have this experience to do a show with them, especially so early on in my career. The show will be July the 19th through August the 2nd, and it'll encompass several different artists. So it's a group exhibition of contemporary artists that we're trying to bring into the South Carolina area. Our goal ultimately is to continue to increase awareness to contemporary art, because a lot of people don't think of the South for that, but there's so many amazing, talented artists. And so we're super excited about having a show at the Grand Bohemian. And then hopefully continuing to spread out through South Carolina.
I love it. Well, congratulations to you, Duvall. It has been a pleasure working with you. I'm so excited for this new chapter in your life. You're one of the first people I met here when I came to WIS, and I'm excited to see where this journey takes you. Before we wrap, one quick question. How has your art helped you with your feelings and your emotions?
Oh, wow. It's made a huge transformation in how I express. Like I said, for me, words have always been a hard thing to admit and explain to people the things I've gone through in my life, you know, the really low lows and the highest highs. So being able to talk to so many different people about emotions and taking aside the bias of who we are and allowing it to be that if you can get rid of all the background noise at the very base level, you can have conversations about emotion, which I feel like is what we need right now, is to talk about how are you dealing with wrath and dealing with seeing the consequences of when we don't confront who we are as humans and loving one another equally. It can get to this point. And so it's really helped me to express those emotions and have really beautiful conversations with people about how they feel.
I love it. Beautifully said. Well, Duvall, thank you so much for joining us. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back with more. Good luck.
Thank you.